Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about a solution offering from AWS for streamlining manufacturing operations. The offering is called as Connected Factory Offering, which is primarily to drive industry success around Industry 4.0 initiatives. In that context, I will be talking about the solution along with my colleague Prashant Adiraju, as part of the AWS IoT Partner Acceleration Team. I run the worldwide industrial IoT solution area, our go-to-market specialist lead for AWS. With that, to go into details on what we are offering to the market, first let me talk about the importance of data for manufacturing transformation. One of the largest initiatives happening today globally is around leveraging the data which the plant floor or manufacturing enterprises have been generating for the last couple of decades, and to streamline the manufacturing operation. The customers have realized that investing millions of dollars in production machinery can only get them single-digit percentage improvement in manufacturing efficiency. They have realized that with an Industry 4.0 initiative which promotes data-driven inferences and streamlining of operations, they can achieve two-digit improvement in operating efficiency within their plant floor. Again, there is a lot of numbers in this slide which talks about efficiency improvement from our analyst organization or partner organizations out there. For example, like you can improve the operating cost of a plant floor by 25%, or overall you can improve the product development efficiency by 50%, things like that. For example, if I have to touch upon a certain use case in product development, part reuse is a major interest area for discrete manufacturing industry. Understanding the product and the production performance 33 months before you launch the product is a huge improvement in their overall operating efficiency within the product development operations out there. So this is why there is a lot of interest with our customers to understand the data better, which they have been generating for decades. And that's why we have put together this offering. But again, there are some challenges they go through, and that's why we had to do this solution offering as part of this Industry 4.0 activity. One of the major implementation challenges customers go through when they start on an Industry 4.0 initiative is multiple undifferentiated heavy lifting they have to do before they can get to that two-digit improvement in their manufacturing efficiency. For example, in a manufacturing plant floor, we are not walking into a greenfield environment. We are talking about a brownfield environment where PLC devices, SCADA devices, historians has been there for decades, and they've been generating data for decades. We need to how to interface with this multiple technologies coming in from multiple PLC vendors, and also the protocols with which these machines talk to each other. There are literally hundreds of protocols with which these machines talk to each other. Customers today, when they are trying to do a data-driven transformation for their manufacturing plant floor operations, they struggle with connectivity challenges, protocol conversion challenges, and establishing a solution beyond connecting few machines or lines into a complete plant floor or across multiple plants out there operating across multiple countries is a hugely challenging activity as well. They have to do a lot of undifferentiated heavy lifting as part of it. And the consistent ask we received from customers around this topic is there a pre-built solution offering? Is there a quick start kit from Amazon and AWS with which we can start this Industry 4.0 journey, where we don't need to deal with this protocol conversion, device level connectivity, setting up of data lakes, establishing of a semantic data model to understand your own plant floor better. So pretty much that's what we have tried to do with the solution offering, to remove this undifferentiated heavy lifting, where customers day one can start focusing on business outcomes, which is what they are interested in. Because today, as part of this Industry 4.0 proof of concept or a proof of value, they are focusing on an IT or an OT challenge out there, which most of the time the business audience does not care about. Because 2 months in or 3 months in after the proof of concept, when a VP of manufacturing comes over, he or she, the first question from them is, what did you accomplish by connecting these machines? Can you tell me what this means for manufacturing efficiency across this particular plant, or how can I streamline my inventory across my multiple plants out there? And how much can I reduce my downtime? And cycle time metrics, things like that. These are the first question which comes from the manufacturing, the business side of the world. which does not get solved if the focus is around connectivity and then IT-ish and the OT-ish problem the customers focus on. What we have attempted to do as part of this offering is to provide a solution which removes all this undifferentiated heavy lifting away from the customer. Day one, we can configure the solution, and we can take care of data ingestion from multiple types of PLC and SCADA devices or historians or whatever the data source is. We can ingest the data and provide a data lake environment, and also in addition to that, establish a semantic data model, because this is again key. When a line or a machine goes down, customers would love to understand in context of a plant. This is my plant in Ohio or Michigan or in Texas, and this has got 10 different lines and something is not working. So in this scenario, when they try to do a root cause analysis, they walk down from a plant to a particular line which is creating the issue, and then down to a specific machine which is creating the problem, and then drill into which component in the machine is creating this problem. So for that, you need a semantic data model established. We provide that capability as part of AWS IoT site-wise offering. In addition to that, we also provide visualization of this data in near real time. This again is key. For example, if a plant is producing few $1 billion worth of goods, every minute of downtime is around $50,000 or $60,000 productivity loss for them. Today, if they do not have access to the data, they try to do this root cause analysis in a very painful fashion, trying to pull this data out of this multiple different devices from different device manufacturer, different protocols, pull it out and try to understand what is going wrong. It takes them at least 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes or more than that in trying to get access to the data to do this root cause analysis. All of it is happening at the expense of downtime of this machinery. This is what customers are trying to avoid. So we provide this pre-built solution which can provide access to the data in whichever format they are looking for. OEE metrics, throughput, cycle time, or leading indicators for quality or failure. All of it is provided in near real time. So dashboarding capability. In addition to that, we also focus on solving a business outcome, because we have taken away all these challenges around connectivity, ingestion, data modeling, edge versus cloud-based architecture, scalability of the solution, device updates. Everything is taken care by our solution offering, Connected Factory offering, AWS is providing. So day one, the conversation we have with the business audience is, what are all the different use cases you want us to solve? Because we have access to the data, we have a scalable solution infrastructure. What are all the different problems? So again, even there, we are working with various partners, and also we are building solutions where we can satisfy a whole bunch of use cases which the customers are interested in. There's a lot of use cases possible. In fact, literally hundreds of use cases customers are interested in solving. Here, I'm only going to touch upon the top 4 or 5 use cases, which is the most common ask we're receiving. I already touched upon near real-time data access and dashboarding capability. Again, to support what we call it as root cause analysis. It doesn't matter whether it is an older generation plant or a current generation multi-billion-dollar expense with which the plant has been set up. Machine goes down, line goes down, there is reduction in productivity, there is something we call it as micro stoppages in a plant floor where things go wrong, and it's not like a catastrophic failure, but something doesn't work for a matter of few minutes or few seconds. All of it adds up. Customers are trying to understand why this is going on. For that, they need access. We provide this access. We also provide near real-time condition monitoring capability where the customer can try to transfer experience-based learning into a machine learning algorithm, or even a very simple Boolean logic that if the coolant temperature goes up beyond certain threshold, and if the vibration is excessive and there is an excessive fluctuation of voltage, experience tells us that there is going to be a quality issue or a throughput issue, or the machine might go down. So you can map it into our services like IoT events, and which can notify people that these are the conditions with which you have seen that quality issue happen. So we see that kind of similar challenges happening with the OT data. You might want to do something about it, create a maintenance ticket, things like that. Most common requirement which is coming in from customers. Other major use cases around are predictive maintenance. Huge interest, for example, highly expensive machinery like press shops, $30, $40, $50 million machinery, which the customer do not want it to go down. And they want to understand if it is going to go down, what are all the leading indicators? Can I build an AI ML algorithm which can create a maintenance ticket so you can set up a predictive maintenance maybe in an off shift hours, not at the expense of productivity loss or a catastrophic failure. Common use case, again, a lot of interest with the high value added assets like final assembly for body in white assembly in automotive industry, or a paint shop, or a press shop, or a powertrain machining operations. A lot of interest in that area. The other use cases around predictive quality. Here again, you have access to the data. So now, based on the past experience, you have enough data available on quality issues. You can tag those quality issues and build a machine learning algorithm with which you can predict the failures which is going to happen based on the OT data which you have realized that in the past has happened. For example, if this voltage fluctuates beyond certain level, this weld quality is bad. So we have solutions. We are working with partners in this area which can be leveraged for this use case. Another major interest area is energy or sustainability solutions. For example, every plant spends anything between $2 to $6 million on electricity bill per annum. So the biggest expense comes out of the machinery in a plant floor, or it can be the HVAC system, humidification, ventilation, and air conditioning system. Two biggest sources of power consumption out there. We have a solution with our partners which can save customers anything from 8 to 20% just by understanding the data better, and with an AI ML algorithms they are pre-built into as a solution which can be leveraged for providing this kind of savings out there. This works across any type of industry segment, discrete manufacturing, process manufacturing segment, it doesn't matter. Everybody needs electricity, and this solution takes care of it. Another solution, a lot of interest is around digital twin. Again, there are three high-level categories around digital twin, which we are seeing. Again, that's not an exhaustive list. There are more categories of digital twin. So the digital twin, what we are seeing is around process digital twin. Digital manufacturing sets up a process with which they want to run the production operation. But in real life, there is always going to be deviation. Customers are trying to understand what those deviations are, how do I fix it, or is it leading to any quality issues, so they can learn from it and fix the process better. So that is one use case. The another use case is around comparing the engineering intent with manufacturing intent and correlating it back to the product performance. A lot more interest in the aerospace segment. For example, engineering tells that dimension of this part to be machined is X. But they all know that you cannot exactly manufacture it with X. There is always going to be a deviation of X plus certain microns or X minus certain microns. So that's how the production happens. But this plus or minus deviations which happens, which is still within the tolerances, leads to different types of performance in the field for this aerospace machinery or missiles or shipbuilding equipment out there. Industry is trying to understand that better so they can support their products better and handle their warranty and recall issues better, quality issues better. So that's another major interest which is coming up, more so even if in the automotive industry segment, warranty is a major issue. They are trying to create a digital twin of their product so they can understand the manufacturing parameters and compare it with the design parameters. So when a warranty issue comes up, they have documentation to go and check on what exactly happened so they can build a knowledge base around it. Third major use case around digital twin is around facilities. This is a major interest area in the last 1 year time frame where customers want to do a remote walkthrough of a plant floor and also overlay performance metrics to understand safety issues, occupancy issues, so they don't need to go on live walkthrough of the plant floor. So we are building solutions with our partners who can do a LiDAR scan or a photogrammetry scan, overlay CAD models on top of it, and on top of it, overlay the dashboarding reports, what we are building from plant floor. So to do a remote walkthrough or understand maintenance issue better. So these are all the common use cases we are seeing in the industry, which we can enable with this connected factory solution and offering what we have put together. Again, another one, we have put together a pretty prescriptive approach. There are two ways in which customers can leverage this connected factory offering. One is what we call it as mobilize for production. In an 8 to 12 weeks time frame, we can work with the customer where they can identify a line in a plant floor, and then we can build a production-ready software within that 8 to 12 weeks time frame with all the solutions what we are talking about. And this includes discovery workshop, configuring of dashboards, and also a solution prove out. All of that we can do it in 8 to 12 weeks time frame. The second thread we recommend to do in parallel is what are all the top business use cases they want us to focus on. It could be press shop quality or a paint shop or improvement in throughput in the powertrain department, things like that. The other one is we all are long enough in the manufacturing business to know that no two plants are same. So the maturity of the plants are different. There are older generation plants which cannot consume an Industry 4.0 solution, what we are talking about, which means there has to be improvement to be done on a plant level maturity for connectivity, sensorization, things like that. So we work with the customer and with our partners to put together a maturity assessment of their own plants, 30, 40, 50, 60 plants around the world, on what are the high maturity plant which can consume the solution immediately, what are all the medium maturity plants which we can with a minimal amount of effort we can improve the maturity, what are all the low maturity plants which will need some little bit of more lead time which can before they can consume this Industry 4.0 solution. We work with customers on this topic again as part of this 8 to 12 weeks time frame. And after this 12-week time frame, we come up with a delivery proposal for the customer. How do we scale this across 30, 40, 50 different plants? What are the strategy for maturity improvement, working with our partner community? And for all the use cases identified, what is the solution proposal which AWS or our partner community or even the customers can go build on top of it? What should be the approach? So we can put together in a holistic fashion to transform your business. That's again is the approach we are taking with this connected factory offering in a very prescriptive fashion. We can transform the manufacturing operation for the customer. So obviously there is also one other approach customer can take. They are not ready for productionization. They know what Industry 4.0 means, but they don't know what it means to them. So we can do a proof of value or a proof of concept to establish a ROI metrics so they can take this value proposition we are generating to their board to establish a justification for a broader Industry 4.0 initiative. Again, we work with customers in that category as well. This can be done in a much shorter time frame, anything between 4 to 6 weeks. Again, this will be mostly will be done by our partner community who are pretty good at this kind of manufacturing consultancy. Deloitte, Accenture, there are multiple partners we work with in this area, Tensor IoT, partners like that. So that's the delivery approach we take. With that, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Prashant to talk about the partner ecosystem and other activities happening here.
Thank you, Pugal. So I'd like to wrap up this session and cover 3 important points, right? The first point is we'll talk about partners, how partners are supporting the connected factory motion. Second thing we'll talk about, if you're a customer, how do you get started and how do you scale across multiple sites that you might have? The third thing we'll talk about is if you're a partner, how do you participate in developing solutions for customers? How do you participate in providing consulting and system integration help? Now, as we talked about, right, there are customers that are looking to do a wide range of things with AWS in terms of modernizing their manufacturing operations. Now, there are customers that have the technology depth, the resources, the understanding of the AWS services to be able to do this on their own. But then we see a vast majority of customers are looking for help. And this is where the partner community plays a critical role. And we see customers wanting help with architecting their industrial IoT solutions, leveraging the AWS services. And they want to do this not only at that one site, but they want to do this globally across all of their manufacturing operations. The second thing that we see is customers looking for integration help. They want to be able to connect their OT systems with the IT systems, ERP systems, and sort of provide a single pane of view across all of their data. The third thing is they need help with deeper analytics, whether it's machine learning in the cloud, whether it's developing compelling visualizations and dashboards, and things of that nature. So it's with that objective in mind that we've sort of brought together this partner community. And what you see on this slide is essentially different partner types, right? You've got a set of hardware partners with the likes of EdLink, Advantech, Lenovo, Mox, and OnLogic that provide qualified hardware. And we also have a partner device catalog that continues to grow and build to support this objective. The second thing in here is the edge application layer. And these are the sets of partners, the likes of CirrusLink, Inductive, Kepware, OLDI, Siemens with their industrial edge, Softing, and Telit, that are effectively providing connectivity to a wide range of industrial protocols. and being able to standardize data connectivity and data collection and bringing that data into AWS in a very standardized manner, maintaining the data context so that you can do interesting things with that data in AWS. And then you've got this third layer here, which is a set of consulting and deployment partners, and they provide a wide range of capabilities, everything from consulting to be able to drive deployments, to be able to provide solution accelerators for a wide range of outcomes. So what you see in that list on the deployment layer is a set of global system integrators, the likes of Accenture, Cognizant, Deloitte, Infosys, Hitachi with their solutions layer with the Hitachi Vantara team, Siemens from their Advanta business, TCS and Wipro. And then you've got all of these regional system integrators and born on the cloud system integrators like Atos, Cravavi, GFT, Clickertech, Prolim, got Reply, got Trek10, Tensor and Youngsoft. And then the last layer that you see on the top here is essentially a set of partner solutions. These are solutions for a wide range of business outcomes. Things like that lower energy costs, improve product quality, increase asset uptime, to even producing compelling OE dashboard visualizations. Now, with that in context, let me now just shift to, if you're a customer, then how do you really get started? And we see different customer needs here, right? There are customers that are well ahead in their Industry 4.0 journey, have a set of use case priorities. They're ready to mobilize all the capabilities to go into production in that one site they want to start with. And they want to repeat this across the multiple sites that I've had. Customers might have 30, 40, hundreds of sites that they want to really modernize over time. So for those customers, what we are essentially assembled is a mobilize for production offer, which is currently led by our professional services team and is also being supported by many of our partners that I talked about in the previous slide. And these sets of players are essentially offering a production quality end-to-end solution and essentially a rapid deployment template to essentially be able to automate this across lines, plants, divisions, and across all of their sites globally. Now, the second set of customers are really early in their Industry 4.0 journey, and they want to understand what is the art of the possible. And they want to be able to develop an end-to-end offering and explore a quick proof of value in a few weeks. And this is where the proof of value offer comes in. Now, in addition, what we are showing in this slide is a set of additional resources that you as a customer can go through and look at. We've got a connected factory blog, we've got a partner device catalog where you can look at additional hardware, we've got a solution repository that offers a sets of use cases and representative solutions from partners, a connected factory ebook, and most importantly, you can also learn more about our managed services from AWS IoT, like AWS IoT Sitewise. Now, to wrap this up, and to just look at the next slide, if you probably are a partner, and there are mechanisms in which you can join APN and also participate in this connected factory motion. And we're looking for partners that can really help differentiate the connected factory offering with their domain-specific capabilities. Because essentially what we're providing here is the foundational sets of capabilities that can do the heavy lifting around data collection, connectivity to a wide range of industrial protocols, and looking for partners that can really help deliver domain-specific solutions in the spaces of automotive, healthcare and life sciences, semiconductors, and our various sets of discrete manufacturing verticals. So with that, thank you for taking the time in watching this session. And don't forget, there's a survey at the end of it. Please make sure you fill out the survey and we look forward to your feedback. Thank you.